I had to do a part two because you guys left some really great comments, and I wasn't aware of some of these additional publishing scandals. So let's get into it. 2017, this book called Handbook for Mortals comes out, and it goes to the top of the YA list, selling 18,000 copies in its first week alone, which is a lot. But what made it weird and what made people suspicious was that no one had heard of this book. It hadn't been reviewed by any of the usual blogs or publications, and no one had really heard of the author, Lani Sarem. Like, you couldn't buy it at like normal retailers. Turns out the author or somebody she knew or worked with had bought up all the books in bulk, like pump the numbers and make it look like the book had done better than it did. And what made this even worse was that the whole reason that she wanted to do this was so that she could become famous, get a movie deal, and then star in the movie herself. And a lot of people were really mad about this scandal because at the same time, the book The Hate U Give had just come out, also released by an unknown author, but it was getting a lot of really good buzz. And her book actually knocked The Hate U Give off the top of the bestseller. I think one of the funniest things about this whole scandal is somebody else in the comments said that on the cover of the book, it said like on the bestseller list for like 24 hours. Next, we have Chris Kyle and the book American Sniper. Former Navy SEAL who actually passed away, Chris Kyle, writes this book called American Sniper. He's selling it as an autobiography, but it turns out that a lot of what he put in the autobiography was either fabricated or like greatly inflated. He also famously said that he punched Jesse Ventura in the face, and Jesse Ventura went on to sue him for defamation and ended up winning $1.8 million. Clint Eastwood was one that actually directed and produced the film, and there was a lot of criticism of Eastwood for failing to include truth and really like over exaggerating Kyle's kills and medals and all of that. And then don't forget about the Nora Roberts and Janet Daly scandal. So Janet Daly got sued by Nora Roberts in about 1997 for plagiarism. If you don't know, Nora Roberts and Janet Daly were kind of the it ladies of the 90s when it came to sort of like romance. This one reader read a book of Nora Roberts's and Janet Daly's back to back and noticed that there were a lot of similarities about the books. And she posted the comparable similarities on the internet. So Nora Roberts ends up suing Janet Daly for about 7 years worth of plagiarism. And guess what? Janet Daly admitted it. Specifically, that 2 of her books, Aspen Gold and Notorious, were heavily lifted from Nora Roberts' works. In 1998, they settled the case. The terms were never released, but Nora Roberts said that she wanted any funds resulting from the settlement should be donated to Literacy Volunteers of America. Tell me more. Are there any more of these publishing scandals? Because I am loving this. Follow for more and let me know if you have any questions.